North Laurel Jaguar Basketball is brought to you all season long by Revolution Physical Therapy in London, Kentucky. At 195 Commercial Drive, Suite 100, Revolution PT specializes in sports rehab, injury recovery, and personalized care to help you heal, strengthen, and get back in the game. Call 606-657-5111 today to schedule your appointment and stop letting pain slow you down. Revolution Physical Therapy, be better, move better, play better.
All right, welcome in everybody to Late Night Talk Show number 2. After the Jags get the big W today.
Yes, sir. It's nice that we get to do this. Great time that we won. We said last night if we won, we'd be here. We won, so we're here.
We're here.
Not if, we said win.
Yeah,
win. Look at us.
And look at me. I was even being positive today. I said, win, we win.
That was so shocking.
And I was almost like I was wondering if I was going to jinx it or not because, you know, I'm always negative Nancy.
Yeah,
so.
I'm glad you all slowed down on the texting. The negative Nancy's were kind of getting old. But y'all have done well here the last few games. You've been very positive and, back to the Elite Eight.
Back to the Elite Eight, second season in a row for Nate Valentine and the Jaguars. And tough task ahead. I mean, we can't sugarcoat it. They're playing a dandy team Friday morning, but, I mean, ain't no different than this morning.
No one gave us a chance today.
Yeah.
Margin of victory.
Jalen's very proud of herself.
We made predictions last night, and Jalen was the closest. Congratulations.
She got the
margin of victory.
Was exactly.
Right on the dot. 14, Jack. Let's go.
Emily Allen says, woohoo, Jags. Emily, I'm just glad you didn't get kicked out of Rupp Arena today.
Let it go. Let it go, Emily. Let it go. Let it fly. But great game. Nobody gave us a chance. I don't think in this game, and we're not big fans of RPI, but that's a metric that is used. And Warren Central was number 1 in RPI.
Yeah,
we were like number 9.
Yeah, I mean that's why, like what I said last night, like when you were asked the seeding question, RPI is just so out there because it doesn't take into account margin of victory or anything like that, and it's so off. Not saying Warren Central didn't deserve to have a high ranking; they were a very, very good team, but I don't think they were number 1 overall.
But by every metric, even we were talking about the Massey ratings last night.
Yeah.
They were 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 point favorite. Yeah,
and I think in the state rankings, they were 6th, we were 12th, or 4th and 8th. It kind of just depends on which one you looked at. Yeah. But by all the numbers,
the edge was given
to them.
Yeah.
But I don't, after that first flurry that they had, where the kid came off the bench and hit 4 threes early,
4 threes on us.
After that, I never felt like we were in doubt.
Right. Yeah.
No, they only scored 4 points the entire second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a heck of a defensive effort right there by the Jags.
13-12 at the end of the first quarter, and it was 26-16 at the half.
Yeah. That 13-12 was the last time they led for the whole game. So.
Yeah. Very impressive. And I'm not taking anything away from Warren Central. Obviously, they didn't shoot well.
Right.
They only shot, I think it was, Coach Valentine could correct me, it's like 20-something%.
Yeah, it wasn't even 30%.
I know you guys watch film. Does Bird normally knock down the 3?
Is he the one that made those ones early?
No, it was number 0. The massive,
he was
kid.
He was taking them like
dude. I mean, he was shooting that thing like freaking Ray Allen in the corner.
He was letting them fly.
I'm sitting here like you're 6'5", like go post up or something.
Yeah.
And how often do we come up here and you look out on the court? And I had several people message me and say how much bigger and more physical we were than the team we were playing.
Yeah, there was one of the chaperones from the KHSAA, one of the guys that was helping us get back and forth to the thing. He asked me, he said, how many days a week are your boys in the weight room? I said, well, we lift pretty much every day except for game days, Monday through Friday. He said, you can tell it. He said, that showed in that game right there. You all were the stronger team. So that's a testament to these boys and how hard they work, and they take it seriously.
Well, we've said it for the last few years. If you can come up here and be physical, you can be in any ball game because they let you play.
Oh, they do.
I mean,
1,000%.
This ain't the 13-3.
No.
You're at the free throw line 28 times in a half. I mean,
I didn't realize it watching it live. Reese's dunk that he had at the very beginning of the game there. If that was in the 13th region, that was an and-1 all day long.
Well, maybe.
I saw KSR's video of it. I mean, he got hammered on the arm, and he still yammed it on the kid.
You talk about free throws. I mean, we were 10 for 12, and they were 3 for 5. So you had 17 free throws.
17 free throws.
I think we shot 50%, 8 for 16 from 3 as well. So when you shoot like that, it's gonna be tough for a team to beat you.
Yeah. Big time work by the Jags today. And we do know they're going to be playing St. X Friday at 11. And everything we've seen, which we didn't get to watch the first part of that game, but we watched, King of the Bluegrass. I know you were there. Yeah.
I was watching it on the
FHS.
They were up early.
Yeah.
They got up 11. Covcath did at one point.
A game of runs.
I think it was like 31-20 or something like that. And then all of a sudden, St. X just took off. They went on like a 16-4 run to end the half there, and ended up going into the half up. And then Covcath never could come back.
Covcath's biggest issue was they played to the pace that St. X wanted them to. There was one possession they went down 3 times and shot a 3 in transition, missed them 3, and St. X came back and scored every possession after they shot that quick 3. So they thrive on kind of that, force you to take a quick shot, and we're going to push in transition and beat you back down the floor. Yeah. And I think that's what really messed with Covcath there in the second half when they went on that run.
At the fourth, Iowa peeked out from around the corner. It was a 5-point game. With
they hit 2 big threes.
2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left.
They had a lefty that came off the bench, and I've not looked at statistics, but I don't think he normally shoots that well. But he was 4
for St. X. No, he's not a shooter.
Yeah, because you made the comment about the lefties, and I mean, he wasn't even hitting the rim.
No, he was dialed in for sure.
But big time test coming up for the Jags. We've got all the boys down here. We're going to try to talk to as many of them as we can because they got a kind of a day off tomorrow, a day of prep.
Recovery,
recovery, ice bath, normative.
We already did the ice bath.
JoJo
already had him in the ice bath.
JoJo's got it rolling for him.
JoJo had to rig it up. We couldn't get our tubs to hold water, so JoJo had to rig it up to get the tub to hold the water, and we had to do it in one tub. We just rotated through, so it took us an hour to get through it.
Is this like another negative endorsement, like to sleep in?
No. This is an awesome hotel. It's been great. Two of my biggest things that I go off of a hotel is it clean, and what's the water pressure like in the shower? I had a fantastic shower this morning. The bed is nice and soft, and it's great and clean. So I'm good with this place.
What about the towels?
Towels are good.
Okay. That's one of my big ones. If the towel's got stains on it, I'm out.
Oh no, they're nice and white and clean. And the housekeeper knocked on our door earlier today, and she switched us out, give us fresh new towels.
The towels that sleep in were the least of our worries.
I don't know that I touched what I stood there.
Why do we always go off on a tangent?
I know there's always the tangent.
Well, big win. Jay had the margin of victory, right? We all picked the Jags.
Y'all weren't as faithful as I was.
I was close. I said a 10-point win. I gave him a 10-point win.
And you guys were like, 14-point win. You said Jay thinks they're going to run away with it.
Yeah,
Look at me now.
Jalen's keeping receipts.
I went back and watched so I could get a quote from JoJo on that.
I don't want to give them too much credit. I can't give our boys too much credit. Got to keep them hungry.
Yeah, you do keep them humble. You do a good job at that. People probably think you're like the biggest hype man for the team. I don't know the real Jordan.
You talked about crowds last night. What did you think about the North Laurel crowd?
North Laurel Nation, I'm impressed. They showed out. They were loud. I mean, I look up in like the students and their family members who were standing up during the game doing the chants. I was like, let's go. I mean, which it helps with the boys state tournament. It's like, like us every year, whether North goes or not, we're there for every game, every day. So that helps kind of filling in the crowd. But I think that also makes it easier for the North people. There was only seats in the North section, so we were all in one big area, and you could see the blue and green up in the crowd. I gave them a couple shout-outs during the stream.
Well, I think typically Wednesday morning is your least attended session.
It didn't
of course,
seem like
you had
today.
But when you have St. X and Covcath, and then you have us and Warren Central.
And Warren Central, as you can tell, they tip. There's 6 schools, I think, in Bowling Green, Warren County. They typically don't.
They probably had school today, didn't they? I'd say they did. That big of a district.
Yeah,
but they didn't have that many students here today.
No.
So
I think
we're expecting.
Honestly, I think we had a bigger student section than what they did. So.
Oh yeah, yes, for sure.
If Friday don't bring a big crowd, then I don't know what more you want from us. To tell you the truth, like St. X versus North, like if you don't show up for that, then
that's one of the biggest games that we've ever been a part of.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, outside of maybe us playing GRC a few years ago, senior year. I mean.
I will say this, ticket link is posted. You can go to the North Laurel Athletics Facebook page. The fan link is posted. You can get your tickets there. There will be 200 student tickets. They are not on sale. They are covered. So 200 free student tickets in the school tomorrow. Go see the ladies in the front office, and there's also going to be a pet bus sign-up sheet. Yes, we do have pet buses.
Doesn't cost a penny.
No. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't cost them.
No, it
cost
don't
them
cost
a
them
penny.
kids,
Yeah, it doesn't
no.
cost
Yeah,
them a
no,
penny.
no. You
yeah.
know, it's not free to drive up there. I get that.
No,
part.
it's definitely not free to drive up here. It's got to be paid for. But we want to see what, you know. I'm gonna be honest. St. X had a crowd and a half
Dude.
today.
Yep.
They had a half of arena full.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just being honest.
Well, they
and
probably bust over their whole.
That's what I
they
was about to
probably
say.
did. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure they did. But there's no reason that we can't at least do what we done today and
Mm-hmm.
go a little
Yeah.
further.
Absolutely.
Go a little
Yeah,
further.
anybody from Laurel County, you know.
Mhm.
Shout out to these boys for giving them another day off from school Friday. I had some kids
Yeah.
from South next to me, man. They were cheering, and I said, "Y'all just want to get out of school Friday?" And they were like, "Well, yeah, we like that too." But
I've heard some mixed
they're
reviews.
cheering.
Though. I've heard there's some people complaining about it. They were upset that we were in on Friday. Not any of our people, but
My point was valid. My point valid. All right. Okay.
no, I wasn't.
You're not
talking- I
telling.
wasn't
You're not
talking about
telling.
you.
Bull crap.
I promise I
that
wasn't.
was a shot at me.
I promise I
100%.
wasn't. I forgot that you even
He
said
looked
that.
over and was
'cause
like,
I wasn't
"What
there
the
all
fuck?"
day. No.
This
you wouldn't be
brother-sister
complaining if you were
relationship.
still in school, would you?
I mean, I would because either way I'd be going to the
You're here
game
anyway.
regardless. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So.
Oh, but we had a good first day. As you can tell, we're a little giddy around here. North Laurel Nation's back in the Elite Eight for the second season in a row, and we've got the team down here. They're sitting behind the scenes. We're going to grab some of the boys, let them come on here and get some airtime. And just wanted to remind everybody once again, your ticket link is posted on the Athletics Facebook page. Please go check that out. That's the direct link to your North section. You can get all your tickets right there. And the 200 student tickets. They'll at school tomorrow. Pass that around. Take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get some of the boys on here and let them talk about their experience back to the Elite Eight for the second season in a row. North Laurel Jaguars back at the Sweet 16, taking on St. X. We'll see what the boys have to say about it. We'll be right back here on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network, 98.5 WJTE, the Light of London, North Laurel Nation.
All right, welcome back here to the JBN Boys Sweet 16 Late Night Talk Show. Jalen Black, Jordan Markham joined now with our two North Laurel seniors, Jordan Rawlings and Reese Davidson. I guess first, since we didn't get to do a post-game interview, just kind of give us your thoughts on the big win this morning.
Jay, you got it. You know, coming up here, it's always a dream, especially since we were little kids, and just coming up here, being able to win another game, it's huge for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's always good to get the first one out of the way. I thought we played pretty good, but we got more work to do.
Absolutely.
I like that you said we had more work to do, Reese. I know you boys are hungry. I can feel a difference around the team this year of just you all want to go farther. Just kind of talk about how you feel like this year is different than the prior years that you've been up here.
Well, the first 2 years I was here, I didn't really have a ton to do with the team. Like I was an 8th grader and a freshman, and then last year I feel like we won the first game obviously, but I feel like we were just happy to be here. This year I think we got a lot more expectations for ourselves as far as how far we want to go in the tournament, and we're not satisfied until we're playing on Saturday night.
Yeah, last year we kind of just we came up here and we were kind of satisfied with the one win. We made history type thing, and I feel like this year we're coming up and we know that we can go farther. So we're coming up with that idea.
Absolutely. To talk about the physicality of the game, something we were talking about at the start of the show was just how I feel like sometimes there's like a misconception that you get up here and like they're calling everything, they let nothing go. But like the physicality of the game this morning, we had multiple people talk about just how well we handled that, how you all handled that, and was able to kind of use that as to your advantage. Talk about just how hard Warren Central was making it for you all in the paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their press was pretty good, especially like with their length and athleticism. But I didn't really honestly pay attention to the physicality till I looked back on the videos and realized like I was getting fouled like every time. So I think honestly I'm just used to it at this point. I don't really feel it too much until I watch the video back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't really notice it whenever you're in the zone. Everything just kind of like a blur, kind of just goes by. But like Reese said, going back and watching the video, you really notice like they were in your grill.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not gonna lie. I said on the broadcast, I was like, well, dang, if Warren Central had played defense this hard as they were in the fourth quarter the whole game, then it might be a completely different ball game because they kicked the intensity up a notch. What was kind of the talk in the huddle? When we had a couple possessions with turnovers and we needed to get our mind back right.
Just stay composed. We knew they were going to try to go on some runs, and they did. They hit a few shots. I feel like they kind of tried to win the game going off runs. Try to slow us down a little bit, so we just try to stay composed, stay together, and that's all we did.
Yeah, starting before the huddle, Coach really prepped us for the pressure and the runs that they were going to make. He said in halftime, he was like, we're up, they're going to try to come back, and they're going to come up with a lot of pressure. That's the way that they win games. They play a lot of guys. They're just trying to make you dead.
Yeah. We could tell the fatigue was setting in when they were running 5 guys in, 5 guys out, and we're sitting here like praying for the media timeout to come. Talk about how just like mentally you're able to get over kind of those obstacles during the game. I mean, you're at the state tournament, so like you're willing to put anything out there, give everything for your team. But how do you get over those mental obstacles like fatigue?
Coach Messer told us before the game just to break the game up into like 4-minute increments. So just try to win every 4 minutes, and that kind of helps just slowing the game down. You win this 4 minutes, and then you win the next 4 minutes, and it just slows the game down, and you look up, and then we got the win.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Instead of just breaking it up in 4 minutes, my big thing was like senior year, we're not done yet. That was my mentality to keep pushing.
Absolutely.
That's all I've got. You got anything
You
else?
got no more questions for him?
That's all I got.
We'll talk about then the matchup heading into Friday morning. Obviously a pretty hyped up game here. 2 of the best teams in the state going at it for a trip to the Final Four, which is something we've never done here at North. What's the mindset looking at heading into that game, and what's prep tomorrow looking like?
I don't really know what prep's looking like. I guess we'll see what the coaches come up with.
Yeah, they've not got the pregame scout or
we're
anything
not
yet,
okay.
so they don't
I'll
know
slow
all
my
that
roll.
yet.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I didn't have any more questions.
Okay.
They ain't got that far yet.
But mentally, what are you guys doing tonight? Just kind of get your mind in the right place heading into such a big game.
Just kind of take it slow, not trying to think too much about it. We're just gonna enjoy the moment because this is me and Jordan's last time being here, so we're just trying to enjoy it and take it all in one game at a time.
Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah. And ice baths and Normatec.
Yep.
Getting that recovery up.
Absolutely. All right. So this has been our 2 North Laurel seniors, Jordan Rawlings and Reese Davidson. We'll step aside for a quick break and come back with some more of your North Laurel Jaguars here on the JBN Sweet 16 Late Night Talk Show. All right, welcome back here to the JBM Boys Sweet 16 late night talk show. We're joined now by athletes Cooper, Elza, and Corey Cunningham. I guess we'll start with Corey. Just talk about. I want to hear your side about the physicality tonight. Or this morning. You had some big boy boards, as we were calling them. A couple that reminded us of the start of the Bell County basketball game. What kind of mindset do you have? Do you have just like, I'm going to go in there and dominate the paint and make it known that no one to me? What's your mindset?
Yeah, the physicality was. It was pretty rough out there. Every cut you would do, you get hit. Every time you set a screen, they was hitting you. So yeah, but on the rebounding part, I just seen the ball coming off the rim. I knew I had to go get it with two hands, or I was gonna get. Number 0 was a high flyer,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I knew I had to box him out, but just go up and get the rebound with two hands mainly for the rebound part.
Absolutely. Cooper, you have the toughest job on the floor offensively. You got to handle the ball, you got to handle the pressure, and at the same time, you have to keep all of your guys in check offensively and run the offense. Warren Central was applying the pressure there in the second half, and we could look at the stats and see how much that really affected us offensively. But as a point guard, how did you kind of keep your team under control there and continue to guide them to finish out the game?
Yeah, we knew. Coming into it, they were obviously really good, and we played against that. I would say almost half the year.
Yeah.
Where coach does a good with the schedule, and we knew they was gonna pressure. And like we said, we've been working on this press all week now. So we was doing what we were told, and then trusted these guys to hit shots and help me out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one thing with you, Coop, that I've been very proud of you over the last few weeks of the season is you've really took on that role of the vocal leader. Reese and Jordan are kind of quiet. They're our seniors and everything, but you're our point guard. We need that backbone. We need that guy out there that can be the guy on the court that get everybody together. And if somebody's messing up, that can fix that problem without Valentine having to fix that. And you've really took on that role, and you've done a great job of it. Just kind of talk about your mindset of how you kind of took over that role and going into that.
Yeah, I think as far as me, I don't want to lose. I know these dudes don't want to lose either, like Reese and Jordan last game potentially, and we just want to go all the way. So I feel like between all the negatives within the game, we just got to come together and we'll stick through and get the win.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that loss to Madison Central last year in the Elite Eight kind of left a bad taste in your mouth that you're ready to?
County.
Oh,
yeah.
See where mine's been at.
Yeah.
Speaking of Madison Central, it's crazy that they ain't up here. But anyways, yeah, Montgomery County. Just talk about that and kind of how that's you want to avenge that loss from last year and make it even a step further than we did last year.
Yeah, I think we've been here once. It was first time school history. Everybody was talking about that, and we've been here another time, which is now, and people's like, okay, can we keep going? So I think that's our motivation to prove how really good we are.
Absolutely.
And make it farther.
Absolutely. Corey, you're kind of you play real quiet, but when big moments come, I feel like you're the one that kind of gets everyone hyped up there out on the court. Just talk about the crowd. What is your thoughts on Jaguar Nation showing out this morning?
They was great, which they always are. They get rowdy when we make big plays or big dunks like with Reese and big threes. They get rowdy, and that's awesome. That motivates us, like that gets us going too, as much as it does them. So it helps a lot.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else you guys would like to add?
I just wanted to ask Corey kind of, last year, Corey, it was your first time ever being your sophomore this year, freshman year, first time ever being at Rupp. Just to be honest with you, you kind of looked like a deer out in the headlights out there. This year, you looked comfortable. You looked like you were playing ball. Just kind of what's your different mindset of this year? And how do you feel like you've grown as a player and you've been prepared now and you're not scared anymore to go out there?
Yeah, deer in headlights is a great way to put it last year. Last year, yeah, I was a little nervous. It was a big stage for me. I wasn't really used to that. But this year I've got a lot better. I feel like got more stronger. I feel like I'm more prepared for moments like this. I mean, big stage. I feel like I can actually go out and compete with these guys. And yeah, it's just putting in the work. It gives me a lot of confidence.
Absolutely. All right.
Great job, fellas. Appreciate you. That'll be all for these 2.
Yep.
We'll take a little break here, and then we'll get a couple more Jags on here in a few minutes on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network.
All right, welcome back here to the 2026 Boys Sweet 16 late night talk show here on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. Joined now by athletes Caden Allen and RJ Noble. Jojo, you got a question to start off with?
Before we get to the questions, before we forget, when we started out the show, we didn't want to leave these guys out. We want to thank the Jaguar Alumni Group for feeding us today, and also Conrad Cessna. He bought our breakfast and everything this morning, and we also want to thank the Lip Rody family. They're taking care of our food for tomorrow. We're so thankful to all of our boosters. We talked about Martin's fed us the other day, so we're doing awesome. We're so grateful for our community for reaching out to us. Shout out to Amazing Grass, got the boys crumble cookies today, so I think they were very happy about that. So good job, Amazing Grass, for buying the boys some crumble cookies there. I think that was mainly a Kinsey thing. Yeah. But anyways, thank you to everybody that has been so gracious and that you all have reached out before we even reach out and like, how can we help? How can we feed the boys? And how can we take care of them? So thank you to everybody that has done that. So we'll move on to the questions here. Caden, we'll start with you. You, I think, finished with 10 or 11 points today. You were out there handling the ball. You did not look like a sophomore. You looked like somebody that had done this before. I know you played a little bit in the game last year, but not a whole lot. Just kind of talk about your mindset of going into today and what you were feeling out there.
I mean, I know it was a big game. Like, I know my teammates needed me to step up, play a big part in the game. So the coaches kept me going. You kept me going, especially always giving me confidence. So I just know I had to take a big step into that role.
Yeah, RJ, you're now a junior on this team. You took on the role of coming off the bench, kind of creating that spark for us this year. When you go in there, you're still the energy guy that you always have been. You came up with some big rebounds there. Great defensive pressure today. Just kind of what was your mindset going into today's game?
Yeah, the roles changed from last year to this year, and I knew that coming into it. So I just have the trust with everybody else that they do me. So when I come in the game, I was going to give it my all, and I expect the same from them. So that's just how it is, and proud to be that guy this year. So yeah.
We're proud of you. Proud to have you. You're a big part of this team, even though it's a little bit of a different role for you. Caden, next for you. Just want to kind of talk about. Have you had any conversations with your dad since then, since the game? Like, kind of, did he have anything to say to you? Like, yeah, you never made it this far. What do you think about that? And
he ain't said nothing too crazy yet, but I do got that one up on him. I made it to stay before he did. So
yeah, he's still up on that wall. You still ain't made it to that 1,000-point club yet. So.
Coming soon.
Soon. I mess with Caden all the time. I've told him many times. Sinead was one of my favorite players to watch when I was a kid. So I tell him all the time he ain't nothing like what his dad was. So we're trying to get him there, though. Maybe one of these days he'll be as good as Sinead was. But
My question for you all is just talking about like the defensive end. I feel like you guys are two players that really pride themselves in how hard they work on the defensive end. And there was a stretch this morning where we played 2 minutes without Reese. You know, he was not only fatigued but had 2 fouls there in the second quarter. And Warren Central didn't score in the 2 minutes he was out of the game. And that's something, you know, on the outside looking in, you would think Warren Central would try to attack the paint. But I feel like you two played a huge role in that defensively and how you all were guarding. Just talk about, you know, how you take in defense.
Oh yeah, you know, me personally, much rather get a stop than get a bucket. So I know if we don't go on the offensive side and score, I know that I'm gonna do my best to not let them score. And knowing Reese isn't out, me still with some size, I'm gonna play the big I am and just create chaos when I can.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm more of a scorer, but just like RJ said, I'd rather get a stop than a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to take pride in my defense.
yeah, I mean, one of the big points of the game was you almost had a 5-second call on that
forced
guy,
the
and they forced a timeout, made him waste one on that. That was a huge turning point of the game right there. That kind of shut them down because they had to burn that timeout and kind of put them back on their heels. So I mean. I know you're more of an offensive threat, but you can play defense as well. So that's a part of your game that I think you've worked on. You've gotten a lot better at in the last few weeks. So just staying in front of somebody, you've always had the ability to. You just got caught up in being young and you would gamble a little bit too much. But now you're staying in front of people and your defense has really grown.
Absolutely. Anything else you guys would like to talk about? No? All right. Well, good luck. Good luck Friday morning against St. X. We'll step aside for another quick break and have 2 more athletes on here to join us on the 2026 Boys Sweet 16 JBN Late Night Talk Show. All right, welcome back here to JBN Talk Show. We're joined now by athletes Braden Hampton and Evan Zarate. My question for you all, well, let's talk about this scout team we've been hearing about. We touched on it, I guess, a little bit last night whenever we had Valentine talk about like his assistant coaches and the roles they play, and he was talking about the scout team and how Coach Messer and all the assistant coaches do a good job getting you all in line. But I want to hear firsthand, how you all help prepare for Warren Central.
How we prepare for them is we each learn the roles of the players, and we try to act as them, like how they would play, and we try to match the physicality that they would play with. And
move the mic up a little bit, Brady. There you go.
We heard you guys might have had a better full court press than the actual Warren Central team had. You guys take pride in kind of trying to be the best you can to challenge, starters and get them as prepared as they can be.
Yeah, but I mean, to that though, we also have these long stick things with extra foot to our wingspan, so that really challenges them.
Yeah, Braden's being modest. There's a lot of times that white team goes in there and they'll kick the blue team's hind end. So it's these dudes right here are a big part of that. So I shout out to our JV team and our scout team. Those dudes do a great job for us. Evan, I've got a question for you. You kind of are a hot man on the bench. You make sure you bring the energy. I'm all about that. Just kind of talk about your role. You don't really get any time on the court, but you're happy to be here and you work your tail off to help your Jags in the way that you can. So you just kind of tell us about your role and how you do that.
That was a shot. He was like,
you
don't really get any time on the court.
Not a shot. I'm just saying the man is content in his role.
it's a little bit crazy, but I just feel like I don't know. I signed up for this, so it's my job to give it my all. And I love these guys. All these guys are my brothers, so it's just like if I'm not there for them, who am I? And I've always been smiling. Everybody's always known me as the guy that walks around and smiles. So I mean, I just bring that, and I just have a lot of fun with it. You know, you gotta have fun. So
I want to know who you were playing for Warren Central on the scout team.
I was a little bit of. I think I was number 3.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
0. I was 0.
Oh, you're
sometimes.
0?
Yeah, I match up with these big guys. I'm more physical than anybody they will ever see. So that's where a lot of it comes from. Because if you think they don't get calls in games, they don't get calls in practice. They walk out with claw marks, anything.
Oh gosh, talk about kind of just how you've become so accepting of your role. And you too, Braden. Like you play an important role. You come in and give people like Cooper, Elza, much deserved breaks and come in and still bring that same intensity diving on the floor. Just talk about how you've learned to accept your role this season for this North Hall team.
Well, I've kind of had that role since middle school, playing with Cooper and Joe,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just embraced it. Really, I love like playing hard, give it all my all on the court.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I kind of genuinely have fun like on the bench. Like I would love to obviously be in the game and give it everything I got, but I don't know, just kind of fun. And like I just like doing it. I like screaming. I like cheering for these guys. I like getting up, doing celebrations. I like all that. I like scout team stuff. I'm just like I know a lot of basketball. I'm good ball knowledge. I know a lot. So every time I see stuff on the court, I'm yelling out.
Absolutely.
Coaches trust me a lot with that type of stuff, like calling out the plays from the bench and all that stuff. So it's just, I don't know. I'm just accepting of it.
I remember my my bench warmer days, and they are fun because like pressure's not on you. I mean, you ain't going out there to do anything, so like you just get to be like the hype man, get to support him, get to say crazy chants, things like that. So it is kind of a position to be in because you're a part of the team, but in a more encouraging way and support way. Anything else you got for him, JoJo?
That's all I've got.
Nothing else?
Yep.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Go Jags. We're not done.
Absolutely.
I like it.
All right. Evan Zarate and Braden Hampton here. We'll step aside for another break and be back on the JBN Late Night Talk Show.
All right, welcome back to the JBN Late Night Talk Show. A little shorter show tonight. We just wanted to get some of the athletes on, let them talk. We'll try to get some of the rest of them tomorrow because we're going to come back and do another show tomorrow and preview with Coach Valentine on the next game. And then we'll also break down all the first-round matchups. By the time we come on tomorrow night, the second game should be pretty close to getting over with, or the last game, I mean, of the first round. And we'll be able to kind of break that down, go through all the first-round matchups, talk about who's in the Elite Eight, and then see where we're at going into Friday morning.
Yeah, for those that are interested, Great Crossing and DCA are in a barn burner right now. It's Great Crossing up 28-27 with a minute to go in the third quarter. So that one's a interesting matchup there in the first round.
Yeah, Grayson County beat Taylor County.
Yeah,
It is interesting because it needs to know, because if we get past, not if, but when we get past St. X, we'll be playing one of those two or the other two, the Grayson County
or the Grayson
County
yeah.
team. So.
Did you find a washing machine?
I didn't, but I'll find one, and we'll just leave it at that.
Got to keep everything washed.
Lucky attire.
Lucky, yeah.
Lucky attire.
Superstitious.
Yeah,
dude.
but it was great to get the boys on and kind of like a little post game conference and kind of love on them after big win.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, a lot of pride in the blue and the green.
But they just seem so calm, cool, collected. Like, we knew we were going to do it.
We
like,
talked about you all kind of touched on that last night.
Yeah, JoJo just the vibe was different.
And it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're teenage boys, so they all got and they got a little goofy side to them.
Yeah.
And they were laughing and cutting up here tonight. But when you talk about the game and the prep and what they're doing, they're
locked in. This
business trip. Yeah.
This is business.
Yeah.
I'm around the team more than anybody, so I get to see these dudes daily. They have a different demeanor about them right now. Like these boys are hungry and they want it, and they mean it, and I know they mean it because I can tell. And I'm very excited, and I think we've got just as good a shot as anybody.
Well, and they know they didn't play their best game today and still
won by 14. Yeah,
still won,
regardless of whether Warren Central's coaches are talking about how they didn't hit open shots. When you all were interviewing and talking about Caden, man, his on ball defense.
That's what he don't give himself enough credit.
And I think that's been his biggest improvement in the last
100%.
month. And he said, "I'm a scorer."
Yeah,
and that's his mentality. But I think they kind of challenged him defensively, and he can be as good as anyone we have.
As athletic as he is,
Absolutely.
There's not nobody that he can't stay in front of. And that was his biggest thing, was he would just gamble all the time, and then he'd get himself out of position. But now that they've worked with him, they've worked with him on just staying in front of somebody. And he's more than capable, athletic-wise, to do that.
He sat down and guarded Johnson, and Johnson was in there pulling every move in his bag he had, and Caden just sitting here like, I'm still here. Like, there was one time he turned around and expected to have a layup, and Caden had just cut him off. Like,
and even if you do get beat a little bit, I mean, you got Corey and Reese in there.
I mean, the dunk that Davidson had, Reese come across from the other block. I didn't even, I wasn't expecting it.
I was so proud of him
and just
right there.
swatted it out of bounds. I was like, it's nice to have that little backup in the paint.
Absolutely.
Jordan looked at me at the beginning of the game when Reese got that first dunk. He said, "We good."
I'm telling you,
Reese. We good.
Jalen knows how I like to motivate the players, and I like to challenge them and do different things. And Reese, ever since he was a freshman, actually when he was an 8th grader, I started calling him Reese Puff because and that was kind of a shot at him, and it was.
You like taking shots.
Then he was like, "How do I get to not be called Reese Puff?" And so we started getting levels to it,
Reese
and
Cup.
he kept upgrading. He went from Reese Puff to Reese's Pieces, and then he went from Reese's Pieces to Reese Cup, and then he went from Reese Cup to Reese's Big Cup, and then now he's Reese's Big Cup with Pieces. And so
you need a marketing deal.
I want to know what's the hate on the Reese's Puffs though. I'm baking that over the Reese's Cups all day.
Yeah, it's the puff part. It's the soft.
It's small.
They're soft and easy to crumble.
We're not rating those as far as
it's not as far as good. I love a bowl of Reese's Puffs.
Jay likes some Reese's Puffs.
No, he can tell you this story. Last year, I came in before the Madison Central game, and Reese had really been struggling, and I'd been trying to motivate him, and I came in with a box of Reese's Puffs with Angel Reese on the front of it, and was eating them before the game. I was at shoot around. I was just over there on the sideline just eating them. and just messing with him. And then he went in there. I think he had like 36 that game. That was the game that he absolutely just tore into him. And then that was when he got upgraded to Reese's Pieces. I brought him a thing of Reese's Pieces, and then he just kind of took off from there. And so,
if we win Friday,
he's definitely getting upgraded on Friday.
If we win Friday, you have got
not if.
When we win Friday, you have got to get online. I know there's these websites and get a custom Reese's Puff box. Like, you know how how they make that you can put a picture in there and it's got to be Reese on there and have it so we can have it sitting on a shelf there. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
So your first round winners today of day one of the state tournament, obviously, St. X and North Laurel come out of the first two games, and they will meet in the second round. And then earlier, they're about to finish up. The last one, Great Crossing, is up 8, looks like, with 4 minutes remaining, almost 5 minutes. And then Grayson County took out Taylor County in the third matchup. So we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, we'll discuss all of the first-round matchups and preview the Elite Eight of the Sweet 16. And then we'll try to get with Coach Valentine, get his thoughts on the game. Try to get maybe a few more of the boys that didn't get on tonight, get them on the show, and just get on here and talk. I mean, that's what this is, talk show, right, JoJo?
We're pretty good at that.
We like to talk. And if you noticed any bit of a preview last night, we could really get into some deep subjects. Regarding sports and all of the, like today, I think we could really sit here and chat about RPI and how pointless that is. How we kind of made that look foolish today.
We debunked that theory.
I think you would get a lot of people to be on board with that.
Yeah, I've always been I don't really understand RPI, and I think they put too much stock in something that doesn't hold enough weight.
Right.
But
it's a formula. It's a formula, and I think in theory the formula's fine, but you've got to have the right combination in that formula.
I think somehow you have to have margin of victory in there somehow.
I knew RPI didn't mean jack. No offense, but when I saw that one year we're in 13th region, Middlesboro was number 5 in the girls' side, and I was like in RPI, and I was like, "There's no way!" Like we've played the GRCs, we've played the Ryle, we've played like every top team in the state, and we won some of those big games. And I was like they've played, like Lincoln, Williamsburg.
Well, it takes into account the teams you play.
Absolutely, but that's what I'm saying.
Margin of victory is not part of that.
No, not part of it at all. I do like the Massey rating. I think it does a pretty good job because it does take into account margin of victory and stuff like that. I think the Massey rating is a lot closer than what RPI is.
Ratings, RPI, a lot of that is people's opinion.
And if you have the means to play these top teams in the state, and then you come out and win some of them in the season, like there's got to be a reward for that ranking wise. Like
then end of the day, they're going to get in that jump circle and they're going to throw it up and
you got to play the game.
32 minutes.
You got to play the game.
And that's, and there's probably going to be just one side, the North Laurel side that thinks we got a chance Friday.
100%. There's going to be nobody else give us a shot.
I don't think nobody pretty much give us a shot for today. So
no, I'm just mad Cove Cat ain't there. I was ready. I was rooting for them.
You wanted that rematch, didn't you?
I wanted that rematch bad, but I mean, St. X can get it too. So
that's right. St. X can get it too, and I'll be. And I'm not gonna. And I know I'm biased. We're all biased. I get it, but it won't surprise me one bit. I said this, and you all know me. I'm a pretty straight shooter when it comes to this stuff. I don't really, I don't have much sympathy in some areas, but we have the means and the team to win a state championship. I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it, especially on air with 40 people watching.
Well, you look at the field. How many of them have 2 dudes that are 6'7" or above?
That are as good as they are.
I mean, we've got Reese and Corey down low. That gave Warren Central problems today. St. X has one dude that's bigger, but they don't have 2. And I mean, look at the GRC has quite a few. GRC will be a tough.
The Jackson kid is as big now. The other thing is Johnson, number 4. They're big.
Yeah, he's big.
But again, I think it'll come down to handling pressure.
Yeah.
And
especially
you got to have some luck. Sometimes we've come up here a lot of years and the best team doesn't win. Somebody gets hot, can put together 4 really good games, and you just got to take one at a time and have a lot.
And handling the pressure late. I could talk about the girls. The second half killed them because the GRC turned up the pressure and it was a kind of a crumbling mess. But and today, even with the boys, even though we pulled it out, we didn't have that many turnovers in the first half.
We had a little stretch there where we
listen. We had 5 turnovers in the first half, and it was 14.
Yeah, I think 14 or 15.
Yeah, we had a little stretch there where we got on our heels and they were.
And I think one of you all mentioned it could have been fatigue as well.
Yeah.
They're playing 12 guys.
Dude, the first quarter, I look over and he subs 5 people, and I'm like, let's look at our guys. 3 of them were like this, and like.
But that is a great point that they talked about breaking it down into 4-minute segments.
Well, I'm thinking get to the media timeout.
Because you do have that media
timeout.
that
helps.
And so, I mean, if you can give it all you got for 4 minutes, and then the media timeouts, I don't know what they are now,
honestly,
a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
I think it's 2 minutes. It's under 3 at the state tournament. So
that's huge. And I think Warren Central's coach even commented about that in the post-game interviews that, it was kind of hard for them to continue that relentless pressure because as soon as they did, then you got a media timeout. But that's also, the nature of the beast.
Coach Valentine did a good job with his substitutions and working around that media timeout. Like, I mean, Reese got that second foul, and it was like, okay, but like we can't take him out of the game just yet. Like there was a bit of 4 minutes left in the second quarter. And then we went on a little bit of we extended the run we were on, and he took Reese out. But not only was it for the 2 fouls, but like he was tired. He was tired of having to, move up and down the floor and guard as hard as he was. And but 2 minutes he was out of the ball game, and Warren Central didn't score.
Yeah,
think about that.
We extended their lead, and I think if we get a better shot there at the end of the second quarter on that possession, you could win up 12 or 13.
Absolutely.
So that was a big stretch.
Yeah.
And
I was just so impressed with our defense, and it was guys off the bench. Braden Hampton was in there, Cam Anderson, RJ Noble. Like, obviously RJ brings us some better size when he comes in for Reese, but it ain't no 6'7", and you would think like I was sitting here thinking, stop. I saw you.
I looked at Bella over here. She looked at.
But honestly, Warren Central didn't attack the paint the way they should have with Reese out. I was sitting here the whole time, like watching the game, like why are they not penetrating?
Well, even with Reese out, we were still bigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Still bigger
and that was, and I'm not. Unseld's a great coach. He's got a state title.
Yes, absolutely.
But in the post game, he was talking about how they just didn't make shots, and I'm like, well, homie, why'd you keep shooting?
Yeah.
Why didn't you go to the basket?
Dude,
That's what your all's bread and butter is anyway.
They shot 13 threes in the first half, and off air, I was sitting here like, I either don't know this team as well as I thought they did, or
I didn't get to watch a whole lot of their games. I found their region championship game on YouTube. And they were driving the ball. I was expecting them to be very drive heavy, getting to the basket type guys, and they were settling a lot for deep.
And Caden and Cooper, they stayed
Yeah.
between.
That's what I'm
their
saying.
man.
They couldn't
didn't
get to
all
the
those
basket in the
paint
first
touches.
half.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He kept
forced them
commenting.
out.
He kept commenting about how that they couldn't make shots, that they were wide open. Well, yeah, but that's because every time you did try to go, we were cutting lanes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we would
big
rather
time.
them shoot 26 feet.
Yeah.
I think
go to the rim.
That's why number 0 was out there chucking up threes
Yeah.
because he couldn't get nothing in the
and I
paint on
think
Corey.
we switched up to zone
A
there
zone
a couple
once,
of times.
yeah.
And that really kind of set them off.
Valentine does a great job of keeping teams off balance because
toes,
he'll switch defenses right in the middle of a possession sometimes, and that's something that people don't give him enough credit for. Is his in-game adjustments are very, very, very good, and he's hard to handle when you're on that other sideline. He outcoaches a lot of people,
Especially when things are already going wrong like they were for Warren Central, and then you're like, oh my God, like what's this now? Like
And it comes down to that a lot. Is it comes a chess match,
And it
and then you got to execute.
You got to brag on the boys because just like he said, Unseld did his thing. He said every time we'd make a run, they'd knock down a three.
We never got shook. We never got shook. Even when we went on that little spurt there where we were turning it over a little bit, our boys never got shook. They never got rattled. They kept pushing forward. And that's what Valentine preaches to them all the time is even when things go wrong and you get in a run, that you've got to be able to just steady the ship and keep playing. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just keep playing. And that's what our boys did. They bought into that, and everybody that we have is bought in, and that means a lot.
I think we got up 15 at one time.
Yeah.
And then they cut it back to 9.
Yeah.
A couple possessions, and then we come down and somebody
Hit
Reese hits a big three. We got 40 to 28, and that's when I said,
That's when you just kill a team. Like
Yeah.
it's like we did everything we can to get it to 9.
Extend all that energy
Oh my gosh,
to get there.
and that's like heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Like
every
being
time
on
they
the
went
other
on a
side of that,
run,
that's
we would have
heartbreaking.
some kind of an answer.
Yes,
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You got to answer
survive
the
advance,
runs.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, so that wraps up our late night talk show, night number 2 here from the Campbell House. Jags victorious over Warren Central at 1:30 today. They will advance to play St. X Friday, 11 a.m. First game of the Elite Eight, and once again, you can get those tickets. Ticket link is on North Laurel Athletics Facebook page. Student tickets will be given out at school tomorrow for the game Friday. Pet bus sign up sheet as well. So
yeah, school's out Friday. You don't have anything to do. Take a day off from work and get up here and support the Jags. And let's
make
fill this
history,
gym
baby.
with blue and green.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we'll be back tomorrow with a late night talk show. Like I said, we're going to break down the Elite Eight. We're going to talk to Coach Valentine, get his thoughts on the upcoming matchup the next morning, and then we'll try to get a few more of the boys on here and talk to them. And
Was Matt Brooks watching, or is he still mourning the way Aaron Judge?
He wasn't in the
called us
comments.
in the
I
baseball
haven't.
classic?
He's not spammed the comments today.
Okay,
So
he's still mourning.
and I
the
just texted him a minute
disappointing.
ago because I've got Aaron Judge in this fantasy baseball draft I'm doing. So I asked him, hey, what are you going to offer me, buddy?
Well, I hope he does better than
Trade
he
him.
did in the World Baseball Classic. But anyways, sorry, Matt.
I just did it so I could trap Matt in the easy trade. That's the only reason I drafted him. Oh Lord! But we'll be back tomorrow night. Late night talk show number 3, night 3, and I fully expect we'll be doing one again on Friday.
Yeah,
night.
amen.
Yep.
Let's go.
As long as we're here, we'll be doing late night talk shows. You've been listening to the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. Be sure you tune in Friday. We'll remind you again tomorrow. Jalen will have the call at 11 a.m. Her and Jared Wilson right here on North Laurel Nation, Jaguar Broadcasting Network, 98.5 WJTE, the Light of London. I was very thankful for the partnership we have with them and everything to bring you North Laurel athletics and everything that they do with the media and growing the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. I also want to shout out Travis Martin, the Lip Roadies, everybody that's done everything, the Jaguar Alumni Group, to help these boys, feed these boys.
Conrad,
Doug,
That's
all
what
the
I used to
ones
call him when he
that's
played baseball for me.
all
Doug.
the ones that's just contributed in whatever way that it is to help these boys and give them the good experience up here. That
Jennifer
way,
and Carla the
Jennifer
first day
and
got us
Carla,
lunch.
they can focus on basketball and basketball only, and everything else is taken care of. And we're going to do everything we can to will them into Saturday.
That's right.
First time in school history, North Laurel will need to be playing on Saturday.
Keep it
So
going.
we'll keep it going. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to the Late Night Talk Show on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. We'll see you tomorrow night, 9:00 p.m. right back here.
Go Jags.
Yay.
North Laurel Jaguar basketball is brought to you all season long by Revolution Physical Therapy in London, Kentucky. At 195 Commercial Drive, Suite 100, Revolution PT specializes in sports rehab, injury recovery, and personalized care to help you heal, strengthen, and get back in the game. Call 606-657-5111 today to schedule your appointment and stop letting pain slow you down. Revolution Physical Therapy, be better, move better, play better.